2013, and we started the organization so that we can reach kids of color that's not typically being reached, especially the kids who have challenges, whether it be in class, at home, in the neighborhood, things like that. And so that's why we're really basing a lot of our work out of the east side of St. Paul. We started so that we could make sure our children are growing up to be critical thinkers.
So when we come to a new band, we set this expectation high because we know that our young scholars are excellent. It's just how do you connect with them? And I think that's how it is. It's different, and building that relationship is the true element and critical aspect. We do tutoring, we play them chess, and the game of chess, we teach them chess is to think a step ahead. What's your next move? And that's not even on your everyday level, but in life, what's your next move? What are you going to do next? And also, like, the historical piece is big because in the schools, they're just not getting it.
So can you tell me a little bit about your paper?
I wrote this paper about Black History Month.
I like the kids. I like how they get the work done. I like how they work and have something to do in the summer instead of just sitting at home.
What do you like most about it?
Because cool stuff happens in Black History Day. We celebrate because for all the people that fought for our rights, like Martin Luther King.
It's a good program, and other people should go here, and it's really fun to go to and learn a bunch of things. And when you go back to school,
I was writing about Martin Luther King Jr. He fought for slavery. He was a freedom fighter, and
so it's all our Black history that died.
it kind of made me feel sad because we should all stay together and be together.
We have Black history. Now we have a whole month to celebrate their death. Like, no, not their death, like their stuff they did.
celebrate the people who are trying to fight for freedom for us. And let the people know that Black people is a really special thing.
Sorry. Your mommy wants you to? That's good. That's good. Your parents, it's called tradition. Your parents is something called tradition. Traditions are good. We need more positive traditions.
Students have a great opportunity to have a lot of conversation with each other. They're from various different economic backgrounds, religious backgrounds, and different things. So they're able to have a lot of critical conversations with each other about things that can help enhance them in the future.
Our kids are not getting the proper necessity education that they need. And people who they go in the classroom who's teaching them, a lot of times don't look like them. So how do we, when we come to a new base, we change that totally, and we challenge them, and then a lot of them respond in a good way, and some of them it's a work in progress. But we're determined to make this thing to make something happen, and to make our and not only to inspire the youth, but inspire the family and build a community. Because like people said, it takes a village. Old African proverb: it takes a village to raise a child.
Teaching Black history through the arts. So we found that many of our students that came to our program were lagging really, really behind. Almost 2 or 3 grade levels behind in their math, their reading, in their science, their ability to articulate. A lot of our students came to us really behind. So we made sure to implement some tutoring aspects into our program. And so that's one of the newer things this year.
36.
6, keep on 6.
7, 8, 9, 10.
What's that? There's already a 5. You're going to draw a 6. You see it? You see the 5 right there?
Wait, we have two groups over here. One group play this.
Everybody.
Okay, good. See how when you be still, you can count better? All right, now let's do it. Ready? Did you write down 1 hour? Good. Okay. So count up 2 fingers. 36. Count up 2 fingers. 38. 36. 37.
So I'm here to help with the kids, to tutor them, to help them improve their academic skills. For example, like math, working and helping them with their addition and subtraction and stuff, to help them improve their academic skills in the future and stuff.
I think sometimes we deliver the message to our kids that when the smart ones anyways, or the ones who've been invested in a little bit, that when you get your degree or something, leave from your neighborhood because it's not the best neighborhood. But if we have everybody who's leaving, then who's gonna come back and save the people who need the help, right? Organizer, teacher, a doctor, lawyer, you still could come back and get back to your community. And that's always, and it's more rewarding that way. They feel like they loved. I think that love is an important part of our child's development. Feel like that when you come here, that people really care about you and they really sincere about your well-being and your future. We're just not here just to be teachers. We're not here just to be people who just telling you what to do. We want you to come here and figure out and raise the expectations, because society for our kids, especially our black kids, the expectations are low. So when we come to a new band, we set this expectation high because we know that our young scholars are excellent. It's just how do you connect with them, and I think that's how it is. It's different.
So why is Black history important? First thing that all the kids said was it's never taught in school. That's the first thing they said, because I wanted them to come up with why they think it's important in their hearts and their minds and from their experiences. And that was one of the really critical things that they said. They experienced about 4 different films that touched on a lot of different things in terms of Black history, and our kids walked away with a lot of very good information from it and were able to implement a lot of that into their papers. So they were able to look at some arts formulated by Black people, and they were able to learn from it and then in turn articulate it and tell a story in their own way. And that's something that was really significant through literature, because it's really about telling a story with our literature. They can learn through literary pieces of their own, of each other's, and different things like that. So.
What they know about their history, Philip, and think about what they want to do with their life, Philip. I think sometimes we kind of figure that we want to be athletes or different things, entertainers. Well, that's cool too. But at New Bam, we want to make sure that we have another avenue that that it's an academic side to all of this, and that you could still be a doctor or lawyer, and you could still come back and serve your community. So yeah, we New Bam we're trying to definitely empower and enlighten our youth. As I was stating earlier, Philip, and as you know, the way and also see how far we can stretch them, Philip, as far as mentally, academically, historical wise, and see how far we can stretch them without trying to push them too far to the edge, Philip, and see how they respond. I think it's important to be reflective of our program is one of the few in Minnesota, Philip, that reflects who are part of the academic achievement gap, Philip. They feel like kids in social studies and history, they're not getting it
in today's world, and also have an understanding about some of the things that we faced historically and some of the things that we face now here today.
And from that aspect, it's not just about me. Our program is about what they go into, what they go home. It's about the church they go to. It's about the mosque they go to, or wherever they might feel that need to get that extra spiritual enlightenment. And at New Bam, we just want to be another piece of that puzzle of raising our children to be productive, not only young scholars, but be productive adults. We want this to transcend until when they get older and take some of these lessons and life skills and these pieces from us and put it into different aspects of that. So yeah, that's a wrap up about that.
That they are needed some strengthening in, and so they have an opportunity to begin to love math, right? Because a lot of times math is looked at as something that's a challenge, and it's not always exciting for some kids. And so we were really mindful with the training with our tutors and the training with our students and mentors to help the kids start to learn and really engage in some of their math, and also teaching them that they have the ability to challenge themselves with math. And so the math also ties in really well to some of the critical thinking aspects that we want the kids to walk away with when they come to our program. So we ask them to work independently as much as possible, work in small groups with their peers as much as possible, and then have the guidance from some of our math tutors or ourselves just to help them get the confidence that they need sometimes too. Because a lot of times the kids are coming to a place where they feel defeated. So a lot of the times the kids come into our classrooms and they don't even want to try because they've been defeated the whole school year. I'm sorry, I'm getting ready to cry. And that's why this work is so important. So important. So our kids know that people will spend the time that they need and push them the way that they need to be pushed so that they can be successful.
Brush. Fish. Yes, they both have the ish sound. Good job.
BAM is about empowering African American students, man, to think outside the box and engage them to the learning process. You know, that's really interesting. And come from a different element, coming from a different element within that prospect of different things like this. Because ain't no better investment than our kids.
This is Brown Eye Lens. Live life and pursue a clear picture.